ForGirl Forever. I purchased this 26-inch ForGirl Forever 13x6 water wave lace wig from the TikTok shop. Shipping was pretty fast, so I was initially satisfied, especially because it was delivered swiftly and it had no smell. The unit came pre-plucked and the hair was pretty decent quality, so let's get into bleaching these knots. I used the L'Oreal Techniques Excellence Cream Gray Coverage in 7.1 Ash Blonde and mixed it with a 40 developer. I only used the 40 developer because that was what was in my house. If you can, you could use 10 or 20 so that you don't have to babysit the wig. Also, I added a little powder bleach to my mixture because I put too much developer and I really need this to be super thick so it doesn't seep through the lace too fast. Spray the front of the wig with a holding spray just to create a barrier so you don't get the bleach on the hair, and put it in a ponytail and turn the wig inside out, and then gently apply the color mixture onto the lace. I used the back of a toothbrush because that's what I have, and I didn't want the bristles from the toothbrush to agitate the knots and like bring it up in the front. I babyset this wig because I used 40 developer. I did not want it to over process and go down the shaft of the hair, so I did not keep it on for very long. Immediately as I was done, I left it for like 2 minutes and then I rinsed it out. And I was just being scary. I could have left it for 4 minutes because there were a few spots that I wish would have took a little more, but I didn't want to risk it. So here I'm just inspecting the unit and I'm very satisfied with the root. So I'm gonna go ahead and neutralize it with this shampoo and get all of that bleach and color out of the lace. Do not use a regular shampoo. You have to neutralize the chemical from the bleach. You see how the studs are turning pink? That lets me know that there's still bleach in the unit and I need to wash it again until it turns white, and I know that the bleach has been effectively neutralized and will no longer be processing the shaft of the hair. You do not want to over process this hair. It can break from the root. Once the wig has been neutralized and the suds are white, the water is clear, I can rinse it and begin with the deep condition process. I rinse the wig thoroughly, then I combine silicone with crystal clear to make my deep conditioner. This combination makes the hair very soft and shiny, and you do not need a lot. See, I only used a total of like a capful of the silicone with the clear, and I just work it into the unit very well and detangle it with a Demon brush. Let the conditioner sit in the unit for at least 30 minutes. I probably did more, and then I rinsed it out and put it on the stand to dry. I attached the boho faux locks with the curl tip to each weft. I started at the second weft from where the lace ended. I sewed them in about 1.5 to 2 inches apart, and there's about 6 to 8 on each row. You have to sew them into the weft directly, not the wig. This causes less damage to your unit. The first thing I do when I'm installing a unit is to take that clip out because you're not going to be poking me, babe. Slick your edges back with edge control so you can do the ball cap method. You are witnessing me install a wig with glue for the first time in my life. I was feeling adventurous, and as you can see, I only got 4 big old braids in my head because this is a curly wig. It's not straight. I don't need it to be super flat. When doing the ball cap method, it's so important to let the holding spray dry completely, because if not, then when you go to cut the HD cap, it's just going to roll up like it's gonna do on me. You'll see. So not only was this my first time ever gluing a wig on my head, I decided to use a glue that nobody I have spoken to has ever heard of before. Yes, I got this kit from Goiple. I don't know how to pronounce it if I'm saying it correctly. It came with a wig band, an edge brush with the comb at the bottom, a rat tail comb, a skinny brush, a regular edge brush, the lace glue remover, edge control wax stick, lace adhesive, melting spray, lace mousse, and 2 HD caps. I used the melting spray to attempt to attach back the cap down so I could protect my edges. Please don't be like me. Make sure you dry every step completely. After this, I used the tint mousse to color the cap a little bit, and I was not impressed with this mousse. I wanted something way darker because I'm not gonna make the same mistake twice. I made sure I thoroughly dried the cap on cool so that I could proceed to the next step. Spoiler alert, I hate the glue. I would never use it again, and I 1000% returned it to Amazon because when I say I did all of this and I went in the shower and the wig came off, also it got very dark. I just did not like it. Never did this before, so what do I know? I probably did it wrong. Anyway, I let the glue dry clear-ish, and then I combed the wig into the glue so that it could set and cut off the air tabs. You're probably looking at this like, oh my god, Koala, you should have pulled the lace forward more. However, because I never did this before, I wanted to give myself a little room to groove, because you can always cut off more lace. You cannot put the lace back, and I just did not want to mess it up. And I also wanted to see if I was gonna need to pluck it more to get the look that I desired. I put the band on and I tinted the part. As you can see, it made absolutely no difference. Do not like this lace tint. And even though I had the band on for over an hour, it didn't dry properly. But we continue. I snipped the lace down the middle and then used the blade to cut off everything that wasn't attached to my forehead with the glue. Now you're really gonna see how much lace I left on here, but I needed the free edge so that I could pin the wig to my mannequin and pluck it again if I needed to. After I cut off all the extra lace, I work on camouflaging it because it looks horrible, let's be honest. So I get the melting spray and I dab down, then I dry it with the blow dryer and get the tint. Do not like this tint, did not do much. You're gonna see, like, it doesn't do much. I blow dry it, then I band it again and work on getting these curls a little more tamed and kind of fake styling the wig. Overall, I give the wig like a 7.5 because it had a good foundation for me to add my faux locks to, which was the initial plan. Because be for real, that wig was way too thin for me to wear it just like that. I knew it was gonna be thin and I didn't mind because I always intended to add the faux locks to get that like boho effect, and it worked out pretty well. After I take the band off, I see that the lace tint basically did nothing, so I continue to get to work. I use my foundation powder and I'm like, ugh, this is still not working for me. So I go in with my contour powder, which is from Fenty. I think it's like the darkest color they have. That camouflaged it way better. Loved the wig, hated the glue. As you can see, it did get dark, so ugh.